Oh, no. Hey, it's Tuesday night here. Another episode of the JoshCast. Well, that's a terrible episode. No kidding. It's only a few people listen to this shit. What do you think this is? You just find this episode from the sky. Well, this episode, so far I've planned, is a classic prank phone call. After this topical news clip, you're going to hear me doing a prank phone call to, let's see. I just woke up from a nap, so you have to excuse me. Oh, it says a bad ham sandwich prank call. I have no clue what I called, but pretty sure it's me screaming about a ham sandwich in some stupid voice. Maybe humorous. Probably did it 10, 11 years ago. Maybe 12, 13 years ago. I don't know. But anyways, everyone's still talking about the Golden Globes and, the guy that won the best fucking actor. The guy, what was his name? Fucking James Franco. He's being accused of sexual fucking assault. He might not be at the Golden Globes next year. Who cares? He won. Also, there's going to be public freakout commentary this week. And I don't know if there's sober commentary with drunk people, but there should be. Last week I didn't go out. This week I'm going to go out no matter what. So that's when I go out and talk to drunk people. And if tomorrow night there's any coverage at the Cabaret, Northeast County Cabaret, nobody knows what that is. It's an open mic I go to do stand-up comedy. Then yes, you will hear coverage of that. Kendall shuts down critics over Golden Globes acting in more news. Ooh, she shut them down. What did she do? Show her fucking Armenian tits with black cum on it? I mean, really. Last night we did do a True Life Doctoritos podcast. It's on the Josh Jack YouTube channel. Joe Scartbarrel blasts Obama with 3-word title. Die, nigger, die. No, he didn't say that. So once again, that's the kind of humor I do on this show. And if you're not into that, well, maybe a reason why a lot of people don't listen to this. But you know what? I don't care, because I refuse to live in this liberal world. Everybody's offended. It says, John Cruden downplays 10-year, $100 million contract. He's like, well, what are you going to do? Freak snowstorm covers Sahara Desert and 16 inches of snow. We thought we got it bad here in the East Coast. It says, mother charged after fallen TV crushes baby's skull. And she does not look like a mother. She looks like a man. White racism college class sparks police presence. I heard a teacher got arrested at a press conference. I gotta find that story. Saw this white lady. She got dragged out in handcuffs. Says Queens burst out laughing for Megan's gift. Okay. It says The View's co-host slam a vodka trunk over Oprah tweet. So yeah, everyone's praising Oprah. I would say she should be the next president. If you don't agree with that, all these yenta cunts are gonna come after you. Mostly white, by the way. More white cunts than black cunts, because white cunts, they love black cock, and they got something to prove. It says Black China makes major accusations against Kardashians. And she just looks terrible. Fucking plastic surgery, fucking nasty looking bitch. Sucking that fucking guy's dick, that fat fuck. What's his name? Rob Kardashian? Some girl said I looked like him once, so I was very upset. I was like, I do not look like him. I'm better looking than he is. I'm in better shape right now, too. That's bad. Does anybody see me recently? I'm a chubby. A-list pal bails on Jennifer Lawrence ahead of Golden Globe parties. All these fucking whores with their little black dresses and their fucking big fat tits hanging out, talking about them being sexually assaulted. Yeah, I can see why. You exude sexiness everywhere you go. I can't even concentrate. You're making my dick hard. Stand against that wall while I jerk off on your toes. That's what I'm saying, folks. I just woke up from my nap and I am tired. Getting ready to go to bed after I take a shower. That's right. Meghan Markle turns heads with his sudden move ahead of wedding. I don't know who that cunt is. Yeah, so Yeah, so there's not much news going on. I'm trying to find that story. Maybe I'll Google it. Let's see. There's like a teacher conference. Teacher. God, I can't type. I can't see anything. It's fucking late at night, folks. Well, actually, it's not even late. It's only 11 o'clock, but you work a 9 to 5. Let's see. Teacher arrested. Oh, at school board meeting. Here it is. It says fat white cunt. And it says here, for this from the New York Times, I guess. Teacher arrested at school board meeting after questioning superintendent contract. So you get arrested for that? This is related to the story of the Utah nurse handcuffed after refusing to draw patient's blood. It says Louisiana teacher who stood up at a school board meeting and asked why the superintendent was getting a raise while educators and support staff were not, was ejected in handcuffs. So that's insane that you can get arrested. I thought she maybe attacked a student or something. You can get arrested for asking a question. You know how they say there's no such thing as a dumb question? Well, apparently there's a few questions you can ask to get you in handcuffs. I think that's insane. Well, folks, that's not it for the show. Yes, this is a very shitty show, and I've been told you have nothing going on. Well, listen, I might have nothing going on, but I try to make stuff going on, alright? I try to make my life interesting. What are you doing with your life, alright? This is the first and worst podcast in Philadelphia, that's right. Nobody else was doing a podcast before me. Everyone has one now, because everyone wants to see themselves on Apple. I was doing it. Listen to the old episodes. And this is your favorite podcast show that you don't listen to. So once again, public freakouts, sober commentary, drunk people, anything else that happens, who knows? You got to keep listening to find out what happens next.
Yeah, I bought one of those sandwiches you guys pre-made when you put in the deli aisle in your store.
Deli aisle? What's
deli
aisle?
You know, where you put the sandwiches at. Those.
Right, yes, at the deli case.
Yeah.
Right.
I ate one of them and I got very sick from it.
When did you get it?
I got I think it was a ham sandwich.
When did you get it?
I got it earlier yesterday.
Well, you got to call 7-Eleven number.
What?
7-Eleven number. I don't have nothing to do with that because they make theirs in their place.
I know, but still, you sell it there.
Yeah, but I don't have to do nothing. I work here.
But why would you distribute and sell defective sandwiches to people?
Hell, everybody eats. I haven't heard anybody got sick.
Yeah, but why would you distribute that? That makes people sick and they can get hurt. Why would you distribute that?
You call the police and report the things, and show them and call 800 numbers. I don't have nothing to do with it because I don't make it over here.
Why would I call the police for a ham sandwich?
Oh, well, you said you're sick.
Yeah, but
you can report it if you want.
I'm not gonna die over it. I'm throwing up and I'm shitting bricks.
And how do you know it's only from the sandwich? Because you eat and drinks every day.
I came home from work and I went straight to 7-Eleven and I got me a ham sandwich.
I work here. I don't have nothing to do with the sandwich. I don't make a sandwich. They come from their distribution.
How would you like it if you went to a store and you got a sandwich and you got very sick from it?
So you call them up.
What would you do?
Yeah, I'll call the company. There are 800 numbers and call them up and then tell them.
I don't want to call the company just for a ham sandwich.
But what should I do? Because I'm the employee. I work here. I don't have to do nothing.
Well,
if
you lose
what should I do? Tell me.
If you lose your job, that would make me happy.
That's fine. Go ahead and help on it. What did I say? I said. You want me to call the cops for you? Come here, I'll do that for you.
If you get fired and you go back to India, that would make me really happy.
Nobody can kick me out from here.
You fat bitch.
You.
They should never give you a green card.
Hey, it's Thursday night here. What an interesting night it's been. Last night was a decent night at the Northeast Comedy Cabaret. Decent turnout. Only a few audience members. I was hanging out there. It was a lot of fun. And then today, Thursday, I texted Will Fitz because Monday I texted him for the True Life Not Dorito show. And he said, yeah, let's meet up. So we did a podcast called This Podcast Is Art. I went to Steve's Steaks, got me a fucking Steve steak with fries. I spent $16 on that shit. And then I met him at the cabaret, had 2 beers there. We did a podcast called This Podcast is Art, where we talked for about a half an hour about performing arts and improv and stuff. So look out for that. It's going to come out probably next week. It's going to be 2 episodes dropped. And then while I was interviewing him, I got a text from Nick Doritos. And he said, hey, they're talking about you on the Passive Aggressive Hour. Call in. And I said, well, I'm at the cabaret with Nick right now. With Will right now. And he said, okay, well, they're trashing you and they're talking about your show. He said, tell Will I said, what's up? So I got the number. I called in and they were talking about me. Ironically, as I was listening, I heard him say something like, oh, this Josh guy, they were doing John Kinsel's tweets. Now, Brian Lichter went to John Kinsel's page to read a tweet, but we did not do John Kinsel's tweets. I will say that for the record. Once again, there's 2 sides to every story, but in the Philadelphia comedy scene, there always seems to be one. So I called into the show. I was on the phone for about 5 or 6 minutes. Will Fitz was fucking around in the background. And, they're pretty much talking about they're going to sue us. Just like the prank Brian Lichter pulled on me. He started all this. They probably never would have done this thanks to Brian Lichter. Now we might actually be sued. So I hung up on him because he was giving me a headache. And I haven't listened back to the episode yet, but I might pull clips from it. But after this clip, there's going to be some public freakout commentary. And there might be a clip from Passive Aggressive Hour. Actually, I'm not going to pull a clip from that show. If you want to listen to it, go to laughcast.com and go listen to it yourself. Well, folks, let's get to some topical news to see what's going on. Usually there's not a lot. But, it says Marie Servino says she's getting offers over Weinstein allegations. Well, that's what whores love. Whores love offers. How much does a Super Bowl commercial cost? I imagine millions. Mayweather, McGregor trade Twitter jabs. Those 2 are just trying to fight again for another fucking $25 million. And who cares who fucking wins? McGregor's not going to win, and who cares if he does? It's disgusting, folks. I'm stuttering now. I had 2 beers. I was going to have 1 beer tonight. I had 2. A little drunk tonight. I gotta be honest, more drunk than last night. Wahlberg refused to approve Plumber unless he was paid. Frank goes in a really bad place after allegations. Yeah, but he got his award. They can't take it back, can they? Hearst biopic killed after she blasts a project. Damn, I don't know who that was, but fuck. I'm being sued? I really am a podcast star. Let's go, baby. Let's go on Judge Judy, Judge Mathis. Actually, I don't think Judge Mathis does shows anymore. Remember Judge Mathis? Yeah. A lot of people listen to him. It says, NBA star slaps phone out of fan's hand after rejection. Some black guy who plays from the Utah Jazz. Don't know his name. Refused to learn his name. Jennifer Lopez returning to major sitcom revival. Like, she needs more fucking money. She's going to donate money to Puerto Rico, but hey, can't. It says Gordon Hayward out of ankle brace after devastating injury. Yeah, I remember I played on the show. This guy got his ankle twisted. He got it broken, like it had the bone was fucking poking out of his skin. Fired officer who shot Tamir Rice trying to get his job back. Steelers LB trying to encourage his spinal recovery. Shows a guy in a wheelchair. Reporter put on leave after going to liberal conference. Angelina Jolie drops jaws. That's what she does. She drops jaws and she drops cocks. That's what she's supposed to do. Why was Tyra Banks she's wearing all black. Oh, the whole Me Too thing. Every guy jerked off on every girl in the world. It's not right, but why did God make us so horny? I never jerked off on anybody. But nobody wants to look at me. Oof. Trump turns heads with during meeting. I think he said something about immigrants. Woman answers knock on the door is left stunned. Why would you answer a knock on the door? You don't know. There's not much news going on. All right, folks. So, let's talk about Trump's health. People say he eats nothing but KFC and McDonald's. I'm pretty sure those tits come from somewhere else. Well, I'm going to watch some videos now, do some public freakout commentary. Hopefully get this done tonight. And then we'll talk more. You stay put there, all right? Don't go away. All right, so there will be no public freakout commentary because there are none. But instead, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to call this podcast feud commentary. So pretty much I try to get Beeline on this show, but he did not text me back because he's a real friend, right, everybody? He's not a comedy friend. He's a real friend. He didn't bother to even text me back. Thanks. Most likely there might not be a True Life Not Doritos episode next week. But anyways, a podcast show that I've been a part of, I used to be a part of, called the Passive Aggressive Hour, recently trashed me and trashed Beeline and trashed the True Life Not Doritos show because they were upset we're using the name True Life Not Doritos. They feel that it's property of theirs. And the ironic thing is Brian Lichter, Beeline, who pulled a prank on me 2 weeks ago and said that Laughcast is suing me. Well, that's actually becoming a reality. The guy, Steve Reeves, who hosts the show, is claiming that he is possibly going to sue me if I don't change the name and take down all the episodes. Thanks, Beeline, for coming up with a prank that became reality, you dick. Anyways, I'm going to pull clips from their show. I got 12 small clips to play, and I'm going to debunk each one. This guy, Steve, claims he's been in broadcasting for almost 34 years, and he pretty much just makes up what he believes is the truth. But I know the truth. I even have audio to prove some of these clips. So let's get to the first one. As he's setting this up, he describes me and Beeline, and he pretty much says that I won the first song parody contest for his show, Song Relatable Contest. He's wrong. I did not. This is just proof. The reason why I'm playing this is because this is proof that he doesn't even remember shit. Each clip I'm going to play, you're going to realize this guy doesn't remember shit. He doesn't remember this, and I'm going to get to some more stuff. So here's the first clip I want to play. This is Steve incorrectly naming me the first song parody winner. So here it is.
There's a new podcast that's hosted by two men, and if we're honest, two open micers. And their names are Josh Jacobou and Brian Lichter. Now, these are guys we know, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People we know, and guys who have done some things for us. In fact, I'm pretty sure Josh Jacobou won one of our show-related song parody contests at one point, right, Dan?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he did a...
Okay, so he's wrong right there, and I'm going to play the clip right now to prove that. And on top of that, the other guy, Dan Friel, who trashes me, and he's apparently upset too, he goes, yeah. He's just agreeing with everything he says. He goes, I believe. You don't even know? Now, if you're going to say something about somebody and trash them and slander them, why don't you get the facts straight? So here's the clip now of the results of that very same song parody contest of another comedian winning it, not me, to prove how much full of shit Steve Reeves is.
And our winner is Steve Miller with 105 points. I still, Steve Miller, he will be the champion of our first annual.
Okay, so there's audio proof right there. He's 0 for 1 right now. There you go. Proof that I did not win the song parody contest. Now you might say, what does that have to do? Who cares? No, it does. It does matter because if you're gonna spew shit and try to break somebody down, and you're trying to set somebody up and explain who they are, you've been doing broadcasting for 34 years, and you don't know who the fuck won your first song parody contest? What an asshole. Now, this is something similar. This is Steve and Dan Friel. They both don't remember where the phrase True Life Not Doritos came from. They know it started, but they don't know how it originally... Now, if you're going to claim something is yours and you're going to sue for it, wouldn't you know where it came from? Listen to this. Listen to these two fucking idiots. They don't fucking even remember where the fuck it came from.
To the point where it actually became pretty tense. And in the conflict between Nick and the folks at the open mic, Nick, I can't remember what set up his response, but
that's been lost to history as far as I know. So it doesn't matter.
This is True Life, by the way, not Doritos.
Okay, by the way, this has been lost in history. I was there that night. I hosted the open mic. You guys were not there. So first of all, here's 3 things. 1, I was there that night. You weren't. 2, you're trying to sue for something and you don't even fucking remember where it came from. And 3, you both don't even know. So it's such a big part of this. By the way, this is not part of the Passive Aggressive Hour. It was a part of the Eric Toddcast show, which is the show they used to do before the Passive Aggressive Hour. So you guys are claiming something. No, if you want to sue for the Eric Toddcast, maybe you have a case, but not for this show. Okay, so now in the next clip, they start playing clips from our show, and they start talking about the title. And Steve's going to explain why this is making them all butthurt that we chose the name for the show.
True Life, Not Doritos podcast. It's not a show in tribute to us. It's not even a show that's critical of us. It's just the title those guys chose for their program.
Okay, so because he doesn't like our title, he's all butthurt. So if our show is not making fun of your show, and our show is not doing anything to your show, he explains later that because I used the N-word a few times on one episode, by the way, we're at episode 8 right now. It's like, the odds of someone going back to hear that are slim. We don't have, a global audience like you have of 20 million self-proclaimed people. So who cares? Who cares what I said in the past? And by the way, we get to that later. So he's talking about the title of the show, why it bothers it. So we're not affecting you. We're not stepping on your toes. All right. So now this next clip, Steve's going to explain why this is show property.
No. See, it wasn't a joke in an act. And
by the way, he's wrong about that. Nick Doritos, it was a joke in his act. He was referencing a comedian before. See, he just said in the clip before, we don't know the history. It's lost in history. So if you don't know the origin and where it came from, how the fuck can you say no? It's not a joke in act. Yes, it was. It was a callback to the comedian that was before him in a fucking joke which he was doing in his act. All right, you weren't there.
By the way, as far as us not owning that, the phrase first appeared in a video shot by our very own Darren Minette Martinez.
Okay, now I said that on the show. Yes, that's true, which is my YouTube channel, by the way. Even though Darren, he has the password, it's on his Google account. I'm in 80% of those videos.
Of a stand-up act performed by our soon-to-be friend of ours, as soon as to be part of the show at that point, Nick Doritos Guy Valmer. So it's pretty well a self-contained piece of show property, in my opinion.
No, it's not show property. You can't just play something, as I said before, and then claim it's show property. That's like me playing like a clip on a fucking World Star and going, hey, that's my show property. And then some other guy starts a podcast show with that clip, and I go, hey, man, I'm going to sue you. You see how dumb this fucking sounds? All right, so he's going to admit now, the next clip, that I'm right about something. He's going to admit that, let's play it.
And Josh is actually correct. We have no legal copyright claim to the phrase, true life, not Doritos.
Okay, so there's a good clip to play in court. You have no legal claim to the phrase. All right? Now, he's going to talk about this next clip, why I don't want to, about me not doing his show. I used to do his show, and I stopped doing it. It's been a year and a half or something. So here's Steve talking about me not doing his show. He's butthurt about that, too, which I don't understand why, because he trashed me. And I'll get into that after this next clip.
Now, I asked Darren, when I heard this, if we could arrange a phone call with Josh Jacobu. And do you know what Darren said to me? Did you see this on the production page?
No, I did not.
He said, well, Josh doesn't really like doing your show anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Now, first of all, for those of you who are probably not, I'm not sure if you listen to his show or not, here's what happened. And I explained it when I called in. He played one of my songs off my podcast, so I could sue for that, right? And he did not ask for permission, which, is courteous. I would appreciate it. And then a week or two later, when he found out I was a little bit upset, and I wasn't upset, I wasn't like pissed. I was a little bit bothered by it. He spinned it. I even have a Facebook message to prove it and said, "Oh, hey man, you were, he was so pissed at me, and I promoted everything he's ever done." Then he started trashing the song. When he played it, he said, "Oh, I actually like this song. It's pretty catchy and everything." And then a week or two later, "Oh, it's so disgusting. It's like his." He started trashing me. So I heard that and said, you know what? This guy's ungrateful. I've driven 45, 50 minutes out of my way to go to his studio to do his show. I have written song parodies for his show, which, by the way, at the time, I was even writing songs for my own show. And this guy's going to trash me like that? So fucking ungrateful. So yeah, you're right. That's why I stopped doing your show. But once again, there's two sides to every story, and then there's the bullshit wannabe mad cow global medium. The next clip, the legendary Wid, who's a prop comic, wannabe Carrot Top. He should be sued by Carrot Top, by the way. He is going to say some shit now. He sucks about me. He doesn't even know me, by the way. But of course, everyone in this comedy scene just jumps down everybody's ass.
You know this. You didn't make it 34 years in this business.
There are a couple of dips, okay? I don't want to. Everybody has that right to, to coin a phrase, okay? and to copyright that phrase, no matter what it is. Like, I can't believe this is butter. Okay, I can't believe this is a podcast. I'm going to use that.
Right, it should be a radio show. You're exactly correct. This should be on Kellerland.
And sometimes it crosses over, and there's.
Okay, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's out of touch. But yes, you're right. Everyone has the right to copy. So why did they copyright it? Right? If it's such a big part of your show and you guys can't remember where it came from, why didn't you pay however much, I don't think it's thousands of dollars. I'm not sure how much it costs. Why didn't you pay for it? All right? If it's so good and you need to copyright it, you did it. So there you go. Now this next clip, this is about material. He's going to claim that this is material for his show or some shit.
And, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
But they're not even imitating us. They're just stealing from us. And Josh, he has no time for us. He can't do this show, yet he can appropriate our material.
Now, I never stole any material from their show. Beeline and I make references to their show because, we both used to be a part of that show. So Beeline would say something like, oh, global audience or global media or something. And then the next clip, they're going to claim that Dan Friel's going to claim that we stole John Kensel's tweets bit, and I'm going to debunk that because that's another lie that they made up. So let's get to that.
Much of a part of our show that this whole Doritos guy and this True Life, and you know what? I not only are they doing that, but when I listen to the show, they were reading John Kensel's tweets.
Oh my!
Not out loud, but they were reading them.
Okay, so there's another lie. B. Lion made a reference to something John Kensel said. And I said, really? He said, yeah, let me go to John Kensel's Twitter. And he looked it up. Now, you could do that for anybody. Let's say I want to quote Alec Baldwin. I go, didn't Alec Baldwin say something about Trump? Let me go to his Twitter. So if I go to Alec Baldwin's Twitter, which is a public domain, and I read something, does that mean I'm stealing a bit? Does that mean that I'm stealing Alec Baldwin's material? It's a public domain. We did not read. We didn't say a part of their show is they say, "Hey everybody, here's John Kensel's tweets for the week." I didn't say, "Hey everybody, here's John Kensel's tweets for the week," and then play his clips. So there's another lie. The second to last clip I want to play is where I call in, and we start talking a little bit. And here it is.
Josh, why did you decide to call your program True Life, Not Doritos?
Well, I asked Nick about it, and he thought it was funny, and Nick was the guy who came up with the phrase. Even if you say he's a part of your show, like, I asked him about it, and he said, yeah, that's funny. And it's like, if he's the guy who came up with the phrase, why can't I use it for the show? I didn't think I had to ask you, like, for a blessing or something.
Well, then why did I have to ask you to play your song? Especially after a few times before I played your songs with your permission. I assume the next time I wouldn't have to.
Okay, so I already talked about that earlier, about him playing my song. And by the way, that is not the same thing. There's a difference between taking a song from my show, which was supposed to be on JoshCast, it's supposed to be a JoshCast exclusive, and playing it on your show without my permission, and then me, how am I supposed to know what this guy is thinking? I come up with a name that's referenced to something 4 years ago, which I was a part of on a YouTube channel that's mine, and this guy's going to sit here and go, oh yeah, you should have asked for my permission. How am I supposed to read your mind? All right, so the last clip I want to play from this episode is the IP law. He claims that he can sue me and he has a case, and I'm going to read what the IP law is, and we'll talk about that.
We have no claim to that phrase under copyright law. But as I said, 34 years in broadcasting, you don't make it this far without learning a little bit about intellectual property law.
What?
Now, under the IP statute, all we would have to do to force them to change the name of their show is demonstrate that the phrase True Life, Not Doritos came into the public consciousness as a result of our use of it on this program. And that would be, as we've already demonstrated, Dan?
Yeah.
Very easy to do.
Yeah.
No court would disagree with this, right?
Correct.
No.
I like how he asks the other people in the room who don't know shit about law. They go, yep. Oh, so because Dr. Feelgood, whatever his fucking name is, says, yeah, that's true. He's a lawyer, too. Anyways, I'm going to read what the IP law is. Intellectual property is a category of property that includes intangible creations of human intellect and preliminary incapacitations of copyright, patents, and trademarks. It also includes other type of rights such as trade secrets, publicity rights, moral rights, and rights against unfair competition. Artistic works like music and literature, as well as some discoveries, invention, words, phrases, symbols, and designs can be protected as intellectual property. Intellectual property, blah, blah, blah. And then it says something, it's only for a limit of time. So, by the way, as I said before, they're playing the clip from True Life Not Doritos, where Nick references, is from the Eric Toddcast show. This is not the Eric Toddcast show. This is the Passive Aggressive Hour. That's number one. Number two, even though Darren is the owner of Back to the Humor, and it's his Google account, I consider that our YouTube channel. Maybe Darren disagrees. Maybe it's his YouTube channel. I consider myself a big contributor to that fucking YouTube channel. But that happened. I was there that night. And by the way, just because they said, "Oh, that's funny," and they played some drops, that's like Howard Stern played a drop of something, and then so they go, "Hey, that's mine." Yeah, if it's an original drop. But if it's just something, like I said, from a World Star hip hop video or a YouTube video, you can't just say you own that. So they're trying to sue. And by the way, it's for a limited time. That happened 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm not sure how the intellectual property law works as far as time. How long? I'm going to contact LegalZoom and ask them. The show True Life Not Doritos will continue unless we quit. And it would still be called True Life Not Doritos. And if I have to go to court, well, then we have to go to court. Like I said, we're going Judge Judy and one of those shows. So anyway, Steve was wrong about many things. He was wrong about me winning the song parody contest. He doesn't even know where True Life Not Doritos is, where it came from. I could play that in court and say, this guy, how can you be mad about it? If you own something and you're passionate about something, shouldn't you know where it comes from? You know how dumb it sounds? He goes, I don't remember where it came from. It's lost in history, but I know it's mine. You're just claiming something's yours because you want to stir up a shtick. You wanted me back on your show. You got me back on your show. I'm pretty sure you're excited. You probably peed in your pants because I gave you content. What else are you going to talk about? Some fucking South Dakota bullshit nobody finds funny but you and your friends. And so listen, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have B Lion on, but he's too cool to do this show. And listen, there it is. So if you want to go back and listen to this week's Passive Aggressive out here, I plugged them for you. Go to laughcast.com, listen to it. And once again, there's 2 sides to every story, and I just debunked the fuck out of this guy. He just got jackabooed. All right, next segment.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that podcast feud commentary. And speaking of commentary, after this topical news segment, I'm going to go out in the cold and do some sober commentary with drunk people. First time in almost 2 weeks since I didn't go out last week. So let's see what's going on in the old topical news. It says Patriots take on the Titans in the playoffs. I don't even know. Eagles beat Falcons for a spot in the NFC title. I didn't know that who's playing. I'm not a manly man. I don't watch sports. Man holding boy hostage, firing at officials near Cincinnati. That's not good. There's always nonsense going on in the world, folks. It's always, I'm the guy to fucking cover it, pretty much. Kerrigan speaks out on I, Tonya movie. Oh yeah, I was watching that. The Tonya Harding thing, when she's like, why? She got last man standing support is overwhelming for Tim Allen. Yeah, I mean, why can't the guy have a different show? The guy had a show where he was like, no, this guy on the right. Why can't you be on the right and have a show? So once again, we live in a world where everything has to be one-sided, just like Steve Reeves over here. You know? Can't have 2 sides to a story. Can't have the truth. Just made up facts to entertain yourself. What else is going on? Someone broke silence on Hawaii. School district sued for not allowing a girl to use medical marijuana. Are you saying because she was a girl? You're saying that because she didn't use marijuana? Which one? Chicago debates giving cops textilizers to test drivers' smartphones. I don't know what a textilizer is. Tapes reveal untold story of rampage in juvenile jail. Women credited with helping domestic abuse victim in a Target parking lot. They told him to chop her man's dick off, like Lorraine Bobbitt. Jury seeks life sentence for mother convicted for beating her daughter to death. 80-year-old woman fights off robber who followed her home. Good for you, Granny. Fuck that guy up. Depressed rescue dog finds comfort in stuffed animals after losing supplies. That's nothing funny about that. Woman Trump lawyer allegedly paid hush money exposed. Oh yeah, I heard that there was some porn star that was allegedly paid by Trump over $100,000 to keep quiet. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if he threw around some of that fucking business money. Keep her shut the fuck up. You know, these bitches always gotta ruin a nigga's life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything else going on in the fucking topical news. Alright, there you go. So, once again, there should be sober commentary with drunk people. and then we'll go from there, alright? You stay put there, listen to me ramble, kind of tipsy, about bullshit. Sober commentary with drunk people, Old City. It's 2:01 a.m. Talk about last night, of course. Across the street and I get hit. Oh, shit. So last night I was in Center City. I was walking around. Plan was to go to this place called Smith's and then this other place, which I did go to. And then this guy texted me, Marco. I ended up going to Fido. Bouncer used to be, well, he's a comedian friend of mine, I guess you could say. Talked to him for a little bit. I went inside Fido, dropped $5. It's a crowded Irish bar. So I was in there. And I was on the dance floor just dancing by myself. Kind of having a good time. And one girl did come over to dance, not with me, but, you know, she kind of, like, sung to me, like we're dancing, you know. And she went back to her friends, just being polite, I guess. Nothing happened. And I was just hanging out, and then Marco texted me, this guy, you know, he's one of these PUA guys. We go way back. He used to hang out many years ago. And, it's this fucking panhandler guy. I'm just going to walk the total opposite way to get away from him. This guy just asked me for change earlier. So, yeah, he texted me and he said, hey, I'm going to head to this one place. He was going to go inside, so we headed to this place called Brew, another crowded bar. And when I was in there, the only thing that really happened was I danced with this this black chick. She was old. Her face was pretty busted. I mean, I'm not trying to be... Listen, if I dance with a girl, I don't expect them to be perfect looking. I'm damn sure not. But her face kind of looked like... I don't know if you guys remember the comedian from Last Comic Stand that looked like a caveman. She got to look like him in the face. Pretty busted, pretty ugly. But she was touching me and stuff, so I danced with her. She was grabbing my hand, putting on her stuff. She was being sexual, but she was just having fun. That's the only thing that really happened last night. And I think there was one white girl, I think, that was kind of dancing with me. I made some approaches last night. I introduced myself to this really pretty Indian girl. She was very pretty. And she didn't want to shake my hand. She kind of did the polite thing, just walked away. She didn't even try to shake my hand. Made a few approaches. I was dancing last night, goofing around, having some fun. Trying to think if anything else happened. Saw the Brazilian guy last night with his douchebag friends. They said hi, and they were across the street, a bunch of them. And then tonight, I did my concoction. Oh yeah, so last night when I was walking down to the train station, there was this white guy with his shirt off. And I think he was with this black lady. And he was saying, come on, let's go streaking. And he was just running down Frankfurt Avenue with his shirt off, going, woo! And he was like, you know, I thought he was going to pull his dick out. And I crossed the street to get away from him. He's running down the street, and at one point I had my fist balled up. If that guy would have got in my face, I would have clocked him. Okay? So luckily he didn't do that. And then tonight I got lucky. I got the bus down. Hey, there's your, that's useless information. I bundled up tonight. Last night was beautiful. I wore a fucking suit jacket and a dress shirt, and that's it. Tonight, I have 3 long sleeve shirts, sweatpants underneath my jeans, dress shoes. Okay. So, tonight, I did my concoction of vitamin water and the Amsterdam vodka that I still have. I bought the big bottle, so I still got... Actually, I have more than half left, because I didn't go out last week. Last week, I did not go out, because it was shitty weather, plus a polar vortex. Didn't want to get sick. So, tonight, I was hanging out. I went to Bootleggers. It's kind of like a karaoke spot. The Eagles won, so a lot of people were like wearing Eagles hats. They were in good mood, and... I went to this one bar in National Mechanics. I approached this guy. I said, hey, man, are you happy the Eagles won? He was like, yeah. He was like drunk. I was like, if they would have, don't you feel bad for the other team? He's like, no. And I was like, well, wouldn't the other team feel bad if the Eagles lost? He's like, man, just get away from me. So I was like, all right. So I walked out. I just wanted to, you know, troll somebody, which I did. It was very effectively. And then after that, I did end up going to the fucking Cuba Libre. I ended up going there, dropping $5. I signed up for the guest list. And I danced with this older black chick. She was like, could have been like 40 or fucking 50. I don't even know how old she was. Danced with her. And then after that, I was bouncing around. I saw some of the PUA guys in there. This guy EJ, who I was just hanging out with, and his friends, and this other guy Dada or something, whatever his name is. No offense, he's a cool guy. Just don't know what his name starts with. I know it starts with an Ed, and I'm not saying that because he's black. I swear to you. So I danced with this hipster black chick after her. So I danced with 2 black chicks, and then I approached this Spanish lady, and it's kind of funny. I gotta stop. Oh yeah, so I said something to this big black chick. I came up to her.
and I was like, hey, I said something like, hey, are you making fun of my drunk dancing? Because I thought they were making fun. And she just looked at me like, what? I just walked away. So I got blown out there, and I said to myself, I gotta stop approaching these ugly ass bitches, man. I really do. Like, that should be my goal. Is like not only to not approach anymore, because I don't mind, but just not to approach these busted looking bitches. They said old bitches, ugly bitches, busted bitches. It's like, and fuck. Even though I don't have a fucking, chance. Oh, it's so cold out here. Frozen Balls edition. Even though I don't have a chance, still, it's like at least get rejected by a fucking hot chick. This guy's puking, hot puke, right next to me. That means he had a good time tonight if he's puking. Got away from him, this old guy. Man had so much wine tonight. He probably mixed wine with pizza. You don't do that. God, it's so fucking cold out here. I might just cut this short. We'll see how long we can go. So, after that, I pretty much fucking, look at the pizza shop right now. It's kind of crowded. People are sitting inside because it's warm. The other pizza shop that's better, it's just fucking brutal. You gotta eat it outside, which, is fine. But, I don't want to eat it outside. It's just too cold. So, yeah. So, I was just, I was kind of dancing around, kind of trolling around tonight in Old City. So, it was amazing. I was actually having fun inside the Cuba Libre. And then I just stopped having fun. I don't know. And I just got sick of it. And then, my buzz went away. And fucking people just stop in the middle of the fucking street. Yeah, so I just was standing there. So the guy EJ invited me to National Mechanics, which I was going to go to. But instead, that wind is just brutally cold. Polar vortex, cold wind. All the thick joints are now coming outside of the fucking Blue Martini, and some of them are coming out the Cuba Libre. Okay, so yeah, so I was gonna go to National, so I went with EJ and his friends, and EJ and I were kind of like having a breakdancing thing. At one point, I let loose, and I was checking my balls around, because I haven't. This is kind of personal, even though I admit this. I haven't shot a load in a week, so my balls are pretty much bouncing up and down. Couldn't see it, but man, all right, I want to pass the Cuba Libre, and it's people are out here, mostly guys, desperate chodes, and a fucking ugly lesbian hoping to get laid. I see a lot of people looking to get their coats. I used to stand outside the Cuba Libre. There's always homeless people. I'm kind of tempted to get a slice, but I'm going to have to eat it outside. Up 2nd Street is packed with Ubers and Lyfts and cabs. So part of me wants to get a slice, but you know what? I'm not hungry. I did eat pretty good today. And then, no, I understand. Yeah. I don't want to spend any money tonight. I spent $5. Last night I spent $5, so that's not bad. For those of you curious, I already spent $10, which is good because I think it was last week. I spent fucking last week. I think I spent fucking what was it? Because not last week. I didn't go out last week. 2 weeks before that, I spent like $45 or something, which that's still not a lot of money for most people, but for me it is. I mean, because I try to spend fucking anything. So, I try to go to one cover place a week, but this week I did go to 2, because tonight was so cold, I didn't want to walk around all night. Oh, this wind is brutal. Brutal, cold fucking wind. I didn't bring my gloves, so my hands are fucking frozen. I'm switching hands like I'm jacketing everybody. You ever do that? Guys? Yeah, so now there's a lot of people coming out the fucking, the Cuba Libre now, waiting for their rides and stuff. It's pretty early. I want to hang out. Jeez, this is not fun to fuck around to see people hanging out inside the Continental. So all in all, last night was a fun night because of the weather and because I was hanging out with this guy Marco. I was dancing, cutting loose. I was trolling. I did make a few approaches, trying to get better.
But tonight was okay because I was drinking. But, you know, I don't need to drink to go out and have a good time. So, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up early. Fuck this. This is not good weather to talk outside. This is Sober Commentary with Drunk People, the part 2 of the Frozen Balls edition. It's like 17 degrees out here. My hands are frozen. I got a 6-day load inside of my balls. All right, guys. See you next week.
Hey, let's wrap this episode up. It is Sunday night here, and you just heard the Sober Commentary with Drunk People segment. That was a lot of fun today. I slept pretty much all day. I fucking got up at 8, ate some breakfast, and then I fell asleep for 3 hours. I got up and ate lunch, and then I fucking didn't get up till like 5, and I feel like crap. I think I drank a little bit too much, but that's cool, right? It's Martin Luther King weekend. I did it for MLK. Happy MLK, everybody. Tomorrow night, I don't know if there's going to be an episode of True Life Not Doritos. The reason why is I feel like canceling because B Lion did text me last night, as predicted, when I was out. And, you know, he texted me at 11 o'clock and said, oh, can we do it tomorrow? So I texted him this morning and said, yeah, what time tonight? And he has not written back. And it's 8 o'clock right now. So, I don't know. Part of me doesn't feel like doing the show tomorrow night. But I probably will do it because, you know, no point punishing myself, which I usually do. Alright, so let's get to the topical news and wrap this up, whatever odd news we have. People are still talking about Trump's remarks where he said that Haiti is a shithole, and a lot of people agreed and said it is a shithole. And they're saying he used a slur. People saying he did not use a slur. Man threatened mass shooting at an NFL game. It's a Hispanic-looking guy. Watch out for that fucking gringo. Aziz Ansari is accused of sexual misconduct. I told you, every single guy has jacked off on a chick. It's the power, everybody. Roni stars react to Bobby Zarin's death. Eliza Dushku, ex-agent, confirmed sexual assault on her? Wait a minute. I'm gonna read this. Eliza Dushku's former agent and a friend confirmed her sexual assault story, and True Lies said nobody really did anything. She's an Albanian chick. And she's hot. That's right, a hot Albanian. Everyone's talking about the football. You guys like the football? You guys like the foosball? And I don't know why I'm using that stupid radio voice. You guys like the football? You guys like the foosball? Yeah, the Eagles won. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know shit about football. I just know the Eagles won, and everybody was happy last night. Good for them, and good for you. Hope you sleep better at night. Hope you get something out of it. Openly gay prince is building an LGBTQ center at his palace. That's cool. Dennis Rodman arrested on suspicions of DUI in California. Oh, I don't believe that Dennis Rodman will be drunk out in public, do you? Woman sentenced for baby's death in chilling scheme. Dad reports son after finding photos of a naked child. So that's a pretty good dad. He's like, son, I'm just doing this because I'm your daddy and I love you. But you ain't gonna be no faggot. And then he sends him to jail to be a faggot. Right? One dead and dozens injured after a huge Peru earthquake. Only one person died? That's pretty good. I mean, not for that one person, but I mean, alright. Meghan Markle attacked by British leader's girlfriend. They're talking about Angelina Jolie was out with her family. Oh my god, isn't that shocking news, everybody? That a human being would go out with their family? Oh, this little kitten. Tiny kitten has adorable reaction to receiving food. Look at its big little eyes. Ah. Alright, let's wrap this up with some weird news, odd news, strange news. The best bit to close it out with, folks. Wrap this. It's been a long week. Long weeks of legal threats and drama and nonsense. Here it is. Butcher trapped in freezer uses sausage to bash his way out. That's pretty fucking cool. Can you imagine? It's like a movie. Let's take some sausages and just... Daddy, would you like some sausage? Hand grenade disarmed after being found in trash. Can you imagine if you took a pan of something and you look down and you see a grenade? That's not good. Guam's governor fooled by Russian comedians via phone call. I want to check that out. Rapper with song "Sell Drugs" gets prison for selling drugs. That's fucking cool. That is I love the irony, folks. I love it. Couple embrace being surrendering to pursuing officers. Outdoor center warns skiers of dive bombing owl. A dive bombing owl. That means the owl that dives into bombs? Some fucking badass shit. Main teen glides off frozen sand surf. Tattoos lead Thai police to arrest Japanese gang member. Young chef spars in grilled cheese challenge. And you guys know I love my grilled cheese. You remember my grilled cheese song. Grilled cheese in my... Alright. So once again, if anybody listened to any of this episode, I thank you from the bottom of my rotten heart. Tomorrow night there should be, but you never know. I might get vengeful. There should be an episode of TLND. You know what that stands for. And anything else that happens. So once again, thank you for listening. Listen to any of this. Thank you from the bottom of my rotten heart. See you guys on the next one. You just listen to...
You have just listened to the world's most awful podcast show, JoshCast.